there. Welcome to Change, sponsored by the Senior Barn of Schaumburg, where nutritious meals, friendly peers, and social activities are available every day of the week. Under the able direction and guidance of Marina Lovich, the cost and location are available to all. I'd like you to meet me. I'm Fran Rogus. Only today I'm Fran O'Rogus. Our program is on Irish culture. I would like the panel to introduce themselves, if they wouldn't mind.
Hi, I'm Bonnie O'Carlin, and I was born in Chicago. In another life, I was in marketing and advertising, did brochures and ads, catalogs. Right now, I'm basically retired, but I work part-time for the Schaumburg Park District, and I really enjoy meeting a lot of great people there. I have 2 sons and 2 grandchildren. One is an 8-year-old boy, the other a 24-year-old girl, and I'm very proud of them. And something that no one knows about me is I learned how to drive when I was 8 years old.
Oh my.
And that, of course, was not on the streets of Chicago. It was more in Union Pier, Michigan.
Hi, I'm Lillian O'Clinton. I was born in Chicago and moved to the suburbs later in life. I worked for General Electric, which I enjoyed very much. I'm retired now, but I'm a volunteer now, and that volunteer is quite an experience. I tutor immigrants, and I work with the literacy program of Illinois, and I volunteer there, and I chair the Commission for Seniors in Hoffman Estates, so I enjoy working with the seniors a lot. And I'm on the board of Alden's for seniors, and that's pretty good too. And I'm also involved in political elections, trying to get good people in office. It's a little diversified, I think.
Very nice.
So I have 3 children, 2 sons and a daughter. I have 3 grandchildren, 2 grandsons and a granddaughter, and I'm also very proud of all of them. And just this past year, my 2 grandsons graduated college. One in Minnesota, he graduated summa cum laude, and my other grandson graduated Kent Law School. And my granddaughter's going to graduate in May, so fantastic. I'm really, and she's going to be a school teacher, so I'm really proud.
You're a complete success.
Don't I wish?
Would you tell us about you?
My name is Linda Scheck. I am the director, Linda Oshek, pardon me. I am the director of tourism and business retention for the village of Hoffman Estates. I was born in Limerick, Ireland. I came over when I was 5. I have 4 children, 7 grandchildren, proud of every single one of them. No one made it to cum laude, so we'll skip that part. The family is involved in rescuing animals of all kinds. It started with dogs and cats, and it's progressed now to horses. But it's a wonderful life, and it's my great pleasure to join this panel today.
Thank you so much. This is March. It's a joke. The air is getting slightly warmer, a little less cold. The wind is blowing, we know that. And the snow, God willing, will melt. We were hoping for that. This can only mean one thing. It's time to start rocking the green. And we Irish, well, we honor St. Patrick's Day and take a closer look, we will, at the fascinating culture of the Irish. Every year, on March 17th, the Irish and the Irish that hope to be for a day across the globe, well, it's a religious feast. And for the patron saint of Ireland, it has been an international celebrating of Irish culture with parades, dancing, special foods, and a whole lot of green. So why, when saints feast days center on attending Mass, praying, and generally doing the Catholic stuff, do we celebrate Patrick with drinking, singing, and parades? It might not seem likely, but these modern traditions do actually make perfect sense to the Irish. A little history. St. Patrick is considered an Irish saint, though he was most likely born in Wales or Gaul. He lived and preached in the 5th century. That's quite a ways ago to be remembered. After being kidnapped and taken to Ireland at the age of 16, he worked as a shepherd and grew closer to God in his isolation. One day, thanks to a vision of God, he escaped and returned home. He had a second vision, directing him to become a priest and convert the Irish people. He used the shamrock with the 3 leaves to explain the mystery of the Trinity. As I know it, it's the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit grouped together in the stem, bringing them all into one. He was so popular that when he died on March 17th in 493, there was even a fight over his body. Can you imagine that? In every year since 1991, in March, that month has been proclaimed the Irish American Heritage Month by the U.S. Congress and or by the President of the United States. It's the day, St. Patrick's Day. Green is associated with Ireland. I'll bet you don't know why. Bonnie, would you like to tell us?
Well, on our current trip to Ireland, which was about, 5 years ago?
No.
Well, when was it?
About 3.
3? It seems like longer. But anyway, Ireland is a country of all shades of green. There's green
beautiful.
everywhere. And as we passed by the open fields where the sheep were in the meadows and in the farms, all you would see was different green spots, and there were like stones that were picked up from the countryside, and they would mark off the farm area, and it was just beautiful as you pass by.
Would you like to mention?
Well, when I
Something you saw?
visited Ireland, there were so many miles of just beautiful green grass and green foliage, and it was gorgeous. I can see why it's called the Emerald Isle.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, being an island out in the middle of the ocean, it rains every day. And that attributes to the green and the moss that grows on those beautiful rock walls. And I know each time that I went there with my family when we would return, one of the reasons that we celebrate St. Patrick's Day the way we do now, when it first started as a high holy day, as you said, Fran, you can picture the priests and the holy men taking their statues from the churches and carrying them on biers through the town so that all in the town could celebrate this high holy day. And we see it with our Hispanic cultures and we see it with our Italian cultures. It kind of was the genesis of parades starting. And of course, where better to collect after a gathering than the local pub. And what I enjoyed the most, the first time that I went back, I think I was 15, and my Nana had me up doing the shopping with her, and we stopped at the pub, and I was shocked she was inviting me into the pub. What are we doing in the pub, Nana? And she ordered me a baby sham. I had no idea what that was. But
That may be a Shirley Temple.
it was a mixture of orange soda and beer. So here we are in the pub, and I'm not going to say anything. I'm with my Nana. She must know what she's doing. But I was impressed to see how whole families were there. The moms, the dads, and the little ones, and stories begun being told, and songs were being sung, and time just flew by. And I said, so Nana, when are we leaving? She said, when it stops raining. There's lots and lots of rain. And the entire country of Ireland is about the same size as our state of Indiana. And when you look at it in that perspective, to see the influence that the culture has
it's
had
beautiful.
on our entire nation, it's astounding, really.
It's a beautiful. Well, we'll be back shortly. Thank you. Well, we're back. I'd like to make a statement that the Irish often say. It's, may you have the hindsight to know where you've been, the foresight to know where you're going, and the insight to know when you have gone too far. Don't step over the line, my offspring often say, because you never know where that line is, and Mom follows. We have a deeper insight of the Irish culture in the heart of Ireland. Let's take a look how and why we celebrate the holidays. St. Patrick's Day is celebrated around the world. In London, you will find colorful floats, marching bands aplenty. The parade will include traditional Irish dancing and music, storytelling, and later lead to festive parties in the London best pubs. Tokyo's going to have their 21st St. Patrick's Day parade. That should really be something. They'll be very colorful and very beautiful. The Japanese know how to do it right. Considered to be the most Irish city in the United States U.S. is Boston. It celebrates St. Patrick's Day in style in their annual parade. The second biggest St. Patrick's Day parade in the country, it's held in predominantly Irish American Boston, where there's the Kennedys and the Hennessy's and the others. It's done in the south of Boston, and that's known as Southie. I don't think we're quite familiar with that. Each year, this parade attracts millions of people. And it's sent by TV overseas to the troops, which I think is beautiful. They need an uplifting. New York's iconic Empire State Building turns green for St. Patrick's Day. And the city has its annual parade. Well, it's the largest parade, and it's quite wonderful. It's the staple of all the Irish shenanigans that you want. My family likes hooligans. They're kind of a rough crowd, but lovable. What are the things that you do in Chicago to celebrate St. Patrick's Day?
One of our customs is to dye the Chicago River green. And I've been downtown just to see that because it's quite an event.
Well,
it's been a while since I went downtown to watch them, but it is so much fun, and to see everyone so happy. Now I watch it from home on the TV, but I was told that to turn the water green, they don't use green dye, they use orange.
Really?
And I don't think too many people know that.
yeah, it's a special chemical.
I had the opportunity during my high school years. I attended St. Patrick's Academy for young ladies, and our drum corps was called the Colleens of St. Pat. So we were a staple in the Paddy's Day Parade each year. And we go down in the buses, and it was always freezing and usually a little bit of a mist of a rain, and it felt like Ireland. And as I had my family, our tradition was we'd get up fine and early and head down to Manny's, which was a little breakfast place, and he always gave you a little box of Milk Duds as you left the restaurant to keep in your pocket for while you were standing on the side watching the parade go by, and it's not to be missed. I mean, I know it's easier to watch it at home on the television, but bundle up and go into the city and see how literally everybody is Irish, every culture, every color, everyone is Irish. And I think that's why, as you said, Fran, it's celebrated around the globe because everyone can be Irish. I think it's an attitude, and I think it's a friendliness, and it's a way of an entire community coming together.
The people in Ireland were the most friendly, sweet, upbeat group, and we found that they were no different than we are. They had gone through the financial depression and recession, but they had an upbeat attitude that wouldn't quit, and we just thoroughly enjoyed it. I was fortunate enough to go with Bonnie O'Carlin, with friends of 30 years, and we just had a very upbeat blast. The pubs were delightful, but we didn't go for the heavy drinks. We went for the strong teas, and the food was delightful. There are only two kinds of people in the world on St. Patrick's Day: the Irish and those that wished they were. Lil, have you anything to add?
No, you were talking about the pubs and that. When we visited Ireland, I was impressed on these castles that they've converted, for lunches and for dinners. They're so awesome, and there's so much history there. Those were just wonderful to see. And again, they were very happy to welcome you there.
And we found we had to have very good walking shoes.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Those castles
Definitely.
are not very close.
Yeah, you're going up and down every kind of an incline, and then the terrain of Ireland
rough.
is rolling hills to begin with. So you put a castle up at the top of the hill, you're
Yeah,
hiking.
we're all at the
You're
top of
hiking,
the
and
hill
usually it's a little
there.
slippery because it rained.
Oh, yeah. I would like to mention for those of us that celebrate St. Joseph's Day, we'll slip them in. Most of the churches locally have a St. Joseph's feast day. Now, this year it's always the 19th of March. However, perhaps your church may have a doings on some other day. It's free to the public. However, if you'd like to give a slight donation, it's appreciated to help paying for the food. So keep that in mind. Some of us are two different nationalities or more. I happen to wear green on St. Patrick's Day and red on St. Joseph's Day, and that's to honor both of my parents. Would you like to add to that? Some custom that...
Well, on the 19th, on St. Joseph's Day, the Sears Centre Arena holds a free festival to celebrate all of the Celtic nations, so England, Ireland, Scotland, and Wales. And it'll be a fun time for everyone.
We always celebrated St. Joseph's Day at our church. It was Our Lady of Pompeii on the near west side. That's where Columbus Day parade started from for St. Joseph's Day. And it was a giving time. It was not an affluence area there, a neighborhood, but everybody donated things to the church, food and that, and that's why it was free, and those who could not afford were always welcome. And that was always such a moving time for me to see everybody in the neighborhood go there, and what better place than church to see everyone congregate.
Oh,
And,
yes.
So it's very important, and I love to see it. And of course, there's only one place where I will ever buy my Zeppoli, which is an Italian pastry, and that's Allegretti's in Norwich, because they have the best.
Oh, we have a good taste for food, we Irish and we Italian. Bonnie, would you like to speak about any activities that we're going to have at the barn?
Well, for the month of March, we have a lot of exciting activities going on. And especially the 14th, we have Alden Poplar Creek coming in to help celebrate all the seniors that were born in March, their birthday. And they will be cooking up a great Irish meal. We will have corned beef and cabbage, and Irish bacon soup, and
delicious.
also soda muffins.
Yum.
And I'm sure a dessert is tucked in there somewhere. But also on the 16th, we're having a special March for Mayors event. We have that every year. And the mayors of Schaumburg and Hoffman Estates are coming in with our state representative and trustees to serve the seniors. And the reason for the event is the awareness of seniors' hunger. There are some seniors who can't afford to eat sometimes, and this event raises money for that end. And we're also, besides the great meal that we're having, Ricardo's is donating the appetizers. Yes, and that is on the 16th of March. And then on the 19th of March, we're having our special Super Saturday Party, which is promoted by the Schaumburg Hoffman Estate Rotary Club. And besides a $3 catered meal, which is supplemented by them, we're going to have a taco salad by Omega Restaurant, and those are delicious. Also, there'll be bingo and social games, and also split the pot raffle. It'll be a lot of fun. And then for the month of March, we have what we call Spirit Month. And this is where anybody wearing green that comes in for lunch gets a raffle ticket. And we're giving away 2 lovely gift baskets for the month from Lexington of Streamwood. I think the drawing will be at the end of the month. But anyway, if you would like to attend any of these events, you can call 847-524-7496 and pre-register. So we'd love to have you come and partake of our events.
We will be right back. Thank you. Lillian, since you're part of Hoffman Estates, would you mind telling us about a few things that are coming up for you?
I'd be happy to. Our commission tries every month to have a nice event for the seniors. We go to local restaurants and have them get us a meal, and then we have entertainment for them, and they really seem to enjoy it. They come, they meet, they're with other seniors. Even if they don't do anything else for that period of time, they're meeting new people and they're getting out. And our next event is March the 9th, and anyone willing to come, who wants to come to that, I can give a phone number too for the Village Hall. Sue Lesson is our secretary for events. Her number is 847-781-2606. And we'll have another event in April and so forth. But one special thing we're doing this year, which we don't do every year, is in September, we're planning on having a senior prom for seniors.
Oh, how wonderful.
How cute.
And we've had that in the past. It's been so wonderful. And we take them back to when they were in school, and it is great. And so we're really looking forward to working with that.
Oh, and Linda, for you.
Do you know, as I mentioned earlier, at the Sears Center Arena, which is on the west side of the village at 5990, every year around this time, we host a celebration of all things Celtic. So the Irish, the English, the Scottish, and the Wales cultures are honored through song and music and dance, vendors. It's entirely free. I encourage everyone to come out. There's no parking fee. There is no entrance fee. Some of the finest step dancers will be doing their little dances on the stage, and some of the best Irish and Scottish musicians will be playing. There's a Scotch tasting event, a beer tasting event. We'll have shepherd's pie and corned beef sandwiches at the concession.
Delicious.
Delicious Irish coffee. But so many activities for the kids. The bouncy houses, mini golf, huge carnival games that Amita is sponsoring this year. So I encourage everybody, no matter the age, it's inside. You don't have to worry about the inclement weather or whether we have sunshine or snow in March. So March 19th, from 10 until 5 at the Sears Center Arena. I invite everyone to come out and join us at Celtic Fest 2016.
Oh, that would be wonderful. I'd like you to show you my Irish wool yarn from Blarney, Ireland.
I got this lovely shawl near the Cliffs of Moher, and it has the Celtic symbols on it.
This is a lovely picture done by a young man who went to Ireland and took a picture of himself in every tavern he was in. He loved the Guinness, so he put that down there. And this tavern here had his last name to it, so he did a great job.
These cups are Royal Tara china. One is my grandmother's and one is my mother's set, and it's fine bone china made in Galway, Ireland. The Irish are known for their witticisms and for their slogans. This one's one of my favorites. If you can't dazzle them with brilliance, baffle them with Blarney. And an old Gaelic blessing. May those who love us, and those that don't love us, may God turn their hearts. If he doesn't turn their hearts, may he turn their ankles so we know them by their limping.
I'd like to say to you, may the luck of the Irish be with you. May your life be blessed with many ingredients of health, happiness, and joy. We bought a few items in Ireland. Unfortunately, we couldn't bring Ireland totally back to you. But at the end of the show, you'll get to see a few of the items we bought. I went to Blarney with Bonnie, and I got Irish wool. The story is, briefly, that the lambs are not shod or shorn anymore as frequently because it costs so much and it makes the yarn cost even more. So 50 years ago, they stopped doing it as often, and various types of yarn came in their place, synthetics. Other people have brought beautiful items that you'll get to see. We'd like to tell you that we would love to see you at the barn. Please call Marina at 847-524-7496 to make a reservation. Or better yet, I'd love to see you myself. Could you come in, say hello? I'm at the first table with Bonnie, and we'd love to join you for a very nutritious, tasty lunch. Bye for now.